We continue with the gateway questions. This is problem 27. Find r prime of u if r of u is given by 5 plus u squared all over 1 minus u cubed. So even though our dependent variable is u instead of x, the machinations we'll do will be exactly the same. We'll follow the same rules and the same form as in previous problems. So on the biggest level, r is a quotient of two smaller functions. It is 5 plus u squared, which I'll denote by a of u, over 1 minus u cubed, which I'll denote as b of u. So to differentiate r, its derivative will have the form promised by the quotient rule. Our numerator will be a prime of u times b of u completely unchanged. Be sure you put the minus here in the middle. And then similarly, it will look like a of u times b prime of u unchanged. That's the numerator. And for the denominator, you simply write b of u squared. So the power of the quotient rule is it allows us to dissect a more complicated expression such as r into a combination of simpler pieces. Each of a and b are just a polynomial, so we're familiar with how to differentiate those. So, as is typical, many of the factors here are unchanged. Notice we have b of u, a of u, and b of u squared, none of which have been differentiated. So at this point, we may as well just rewrite them completely unchanged. Here's b, here's a, and here's b squared. So now the only differentiations I have to do are of a of u, which is 5 plus u squared, so its derivative by the sum difference and power rules will be 0 plus 2u. So I'll just write this here as a prime. And lastly, I just have to differentiate the bottom. b of u is 1 minus u cubed, so its derivative is negative 3u squared by the power rule. So that about wraps it up. Notice that although we have a negative sign in this term, there's no need to rewrite this minus sign as a plus. We can just leave everything as is, cleanly grouped by these parentheses. That is totally acceptable for the gateway exam. And now we're done.